I teach you how to release the obsession, if the love exists underneath the obsession, then it is truly love. And that's what you really want to know. Is this person really actually right for me, or am I just obsessed?
That was easy.
Hey guys, it's Jasmine with Manifest Fast with Jasmine, and in this video we're going to talk about how to release a specific person obsession and how to find out if this person is right for you. I have been through this before, and I'm also going to tell you some things in this video that I learned as a result of overcoming my obsession. So things that I only know now that obsession is not a problem for me. So yeah, make sure that you watch all the way until the end to fully understand the concept. If you have any questions about this, just comment below and let me know. Don't forget, I also have an exclusive membership group for you guys that you can join. All those links are below if you would like coaching or to work with me more closely, or if you would like to take my new course that just came out. I have all those links below for you guys. I have worked with a lot of people who suffer from obsession, and what I notice is a common thread among all of them is people tend to fall into obsession based on a feeling. You don't fall into obsession because somebody has a nice car or a nice job or a six-pack. You know, it really ends up being that you feel a very strong affinity, magnetism, and love for this person. You feel a very strong attraction and feeling for them, and then that kind of turns into an obsession. But it's all based on feeling, and I think the reason that people tend to become obsessed over a feeling is because of the definition that we're giving to this feeling. So people think that if they feel a certain way about someone, that makes them special, and that if you really feel a certain way about someone, the more that you really love them, the more that you really want to be with them, the more that this just kind of feels like destiny to you. It feels like it's meant to be. It feels like I can't live without you. It feels like there's got to be some big cosmic reason for me feeling this way, and it must have to do with that other person. That other person must be special to me. Here's the thing, is that feelings are manifested. Just think about that for a second. I can deliberately manifest myself to feel a certain way, but if I'm doing it on purpose, then I know that I'm doing it on purpose. Now, if I'm in a situation, or if you're in a situation where you have started to feel a certain way about a person, but you're not realizing that you did that or created that feeling experience on purpose, now you're gonna feel like this has something to do with that specific person. Now, I'm not saying that falling in love with a specific person is not special. I'm not saying that, you know, having very strong feelings for someone does not indicate that they are special. But it's not in the way that you think. If you're watching this video, the chances are that you're aware that you are a creator, a deliberate creator, that you manifest and attract your reality, and that you have control in some sense over everything that manifests for you. We have to look at this obsession with a person in the same way. You manifested it. So the first thing that you want to do is make sure that you understand that, you know what, a feeling is something that I manifest. And look at everything that we learn in, you know, when you want to learn manifestation, deliberate creation, consciousness, awareness, all of that stuff. It all has to do with us learning how to control and direct our feelings deliberately. But in the case of obsession, the experience is that you feel that your feelings are controlling you. It is important to learn how to gain control over this obsession feeling that you're feeling. Now, that feels almost impossible to do until you understand the mechanics behind obsession. I have another video on obsession where I said that the reason why people become obsessed is because they think that they're missing out on something. That is true, but let's expand on that a little bit. So Part of the reason why people become obsessed is because they're having extreme feelings and they feel like they can't get that feeling or connection anywhere else. That is a misconception. That is a story that we're creating, right? So this is the first thing that we need to do, is turn this around and understand it in a different way. It's not that this person is responsible for the way that I feel. As manifestors and as creators, you know that. You know that it's not them responsible for the way that you feel. Okay, so we're there. You can take ownership of that. I take ownership of the way that I feel. I take ownership of the way that I manifested myself into this feeling obsessive experience. Okay, whether I know how I did it or not, probably I don't know, but I still can recognize as a creator, as a manifester, that I manifested this situation somehow. All right, so the fact is, when it comes to a specific person, you do have the ability to control how you feel. Now, I am not going to try to coach you to not love this person. In fact, it's going to be the opposite. I'm going to show you, so watch till the end so that you'll see. I'm going to show you how to know if you really, really actually are in love with this person. Because once I teach you how to release the obsession, if the love exists underneath the obsession, then it is truly love. And that's what you really want to know. Is this person really actually right for me, or am I just obsessed? Or is this just something that I feel like I can't control? Or is there something really to this? So you have to break the obsession in order to figure out if this person is right for you and if you actually love them. Sometimes when you break obsession, you no longer have feelings for that person. You're no longer magnetized and drawn and see that person in the same way. Now, if it's true love, if they are truly what you desire, once you break the obsession, you will actually still, for some way, somehow, some reason underneath it, there is still this loyalty, this respect, this love, this kinship. It's this undying understanding that you have. And you can see how, even if they're not doing what you want them to do, you can still see how this is a mutual thing. So you don't have to be afraid of no longer loving your specific person. If you love them, you love them, and if you don't, you don't. But either way, obsession is not a healthy place to be, and it's not a good place to be, because obsession is not real. It's just emotion taking you over. It's an illusory experience. Most of the feeling of being obsessed is not nice and not good. It's an undesirable experience, and it's characterized mostly by negative emotions and thoughts and feelings. It's characterized by self-hate. It's characterized by, resenting the other person for not giving you what you want. And there's a lot of urgency and need and pain and hurt, guilt, shame, blame, all that stuff. So if I understand, number one, that I manifested the way that I feel, and it actually has nothing to do with that person, this is a really hard pill to swallow at first. But if you really want to get out of obsession, you will. And you'll follow this trail that I'm giving you, and you will find your way out of obsession. So the first thing is, yes, acknowledging that the reason I am obsessed does not have to do with this other person. The reason why I am obsessed is because of the way that I am looking at this other person. The fact that I am attributing my feeling to them. And another one is scarcity. It's the fear that I'm afraid that I will not feel this much emotion towards anyone else. I'm afraid that I will never love anyone else in the way that I love this person. Well, in order to know if that's true, you have to actually break the obsession. So emotions are a great tool because you should follow your joy. I'm not saying don't follow your positive emotion, but when you get to the roller coaster ride of obsession, it's no longer a walk in the park. And that's an indication that, hey, something is off here. And when you do come across something that is off or feels off, that's when you do need to pay attention, put the brakes, and see what you need to change inside with your story or with yourself or with your perception to see how it is that you can straighten this back up or, get back on the horse. One thing is for sure, when you misinterpret emotions to mean that someone is meant for you, there's a lot of room for pain and fear and error. To know if someone is truly right for you, once you work through and work past that intense emotion and that obsession, once you learn how to detach, once you learn how to not feel attached to this person, and once you're able to truly walk away and truly let go because your emotions are no longer ruling you, that is when you will know, because it's no longer coming from an emotional place. So when love is not coming from an emotional place, then you know it's real. Because emotions, they change, they're flippant, right? They're subject to change. But what's underneath, what you really, really think underneath those emotions when you're not being tossed about by your emotions, now that's real. So when you no longer need, another person to validate you or act in some sort of way to make you happy, when you're no longer trying to get the other person to try to make you happy, when you're no longer trying to get the person to come over to your side, when you're no longer trying to get the person to give you love, what happens when you accept that you don't get what you want and you're able to walk away and say, okay, and let go and walk away? What happens when you're no longer trying to get anything from that person? Let's say that all promise of this person returning your love is gone. Let's say that happens. What happens then? When you accept it, when you walk away, when you say, you know what, I give up, I surrender, I'm moving on with my life, what happens then? Do you still love them when there is no promise of return? Once you drop the obsession, the emotions, the trying, the need, the urgency, the trying to get something from them, drop all of that, do you still love them? That is the test, if this person is truly right for you or not. When your emotions are no longer ruling you, when your emotions are no longer influencing you, when your emotions are no longer leading you underneath, then what do you really think? When you believe that it's just over and they're never going to come back, do you still feel that respect, that loyalty, that kinship, that forever union, all of it? Do you still have that in the core of your being without a doubt? When you really love someone, underneath it all, it's beyond words, it's beyond actions, it's beyond circumstances, it's beyond them returning your love, it's beyond them showing or doing anything for you, it's beyond you needing to be with them. Training yourself out of obsession has to do with a lot of things. So I have a lot of videos on my channel to help you work through your emotions. I'll put that playlist right here. I have videos on my channel on consciousness and awareness and techniques and tactics that you can use, answer mode, and there's meditations. But what really needs to be the focus here is, the obsession, you have to take energy and focus away from the obsession and focus on other things and distract on other things as much as possible. So when you're obsessed with something, it's like you're on an iceberg. You have one thought. That's it. There's just one focus. And you're on this iceberg and there's just this one focus. You have to get off the iceberg and go and make a life if you're going to get over the obsession. So what I did when I was obsessed with one person, I made socializing a game, and I went to meetup groups, I became social, I read a book on charisma, and I started socializing with people and making friends, and that became a game to me, just going out and talking to people and having fun conversation, because that was good for me. It was some type of distraction. When you're fully focused on another person and fully engaging with another person, you can't be thinking about this obsession that's happening within you and the pain and all of that stuff. So make a life for yourself. Make sure that you want to work out, go work out. I mean, right now we have to all stay at home, but you can do whatever it is that you need to do. in your house. Get creative. What do you need to do for yourself? What does following your purpose, following your joy, all that stuff. You want to fill your mind with anything that is helpful for you as a person and helpful for you to make a life. And understand that this is not about me obtaining something from this person. This is about me relishing in the love that I get to experience because I love this person. I can't think of another reason why a person would be obsessed besides that they believe that they're in love, but real love does not actually need anything from the person. So once that's out of the picture, you can just focus on that I have love and that I love that feeling of love and that I love experiencing love and that this is all about love. And sometimes if you don't actually love the person, then you're going to have to find a way to convince yourself that they're not actually special to you. Now, if the person is actually special to you, then it's okay to accept that this person is special to you. That doesn't mean that you are going to be obsessed. Obsession is when you need something from the other person. So what you're really working through is training yourself to not feel like you need something from the other person in order to be complete, because that's what obsession is all about. And you can say all day long, I don't need anything from them, but I'm still obsessed with them, or I haven't heard from them in 4 years, but I'm still obsessed with them. But obsession is when you need something else outside of yourself in order to feel and to be complete. And that's why being obsessed feels so incomplete. Whatever it is that you want to experience with them, give it to yourself. You want to experience wholeness and fullness and love and joy and happiness and fun and adventure with them, experience it with yourself. You know, have fun with your visualizations. I personally have grown to absolutely love experiencing the feeling of love, experiencing the experience of love. Even if I'm right here by myself, I'll just relish in the ability to, oh my gosh, like I love this feeling. I love that I can tap into this feeling. Remember, emotions are manifested. And in order to feel that level of love, that takes a bit of, momentum and practice in order for you to reach. So the fact that you can reach that level of love, it's something that makes you very powerful when it comes to attracting love into your life. The only way that it can work against you is when on the other side of it there's pain because you feel like something about this is not giving you what you want. But if you focus on the thing that you want to obtain being an inner experience that you can give to yourself, a feeling that you can tap into, a connection to this love that you can tap into. When you focus on the way that you feel as the reward versus some sort of manifestational outcome, then you can start to be happy about whatever it is that you're feeling and whatever it is that's going on within you. If you have negative emotions, you can accept that. Don't resist it. You don't have to do anything about it. All right, I feel like crap. Okay, what's for breakfast? Move on from it. Don't say, oh God, another day I feel like crap and I'm a loser and I can't do what Jasmine said. No, just, okay, how am I going to follow my joy now? What's the next thing that I'm going to do? There's a lot of aspects to this, but this is definitely going to be helpful. Don't be afraid of detaching from someone, because guess what? If you really, really love someone, there is nothing that is going to make that go away. Even if all the emotion is gone, there's going to be something underneath it that speaks more volumes than any amount of obsession. It's easy to become obsessed. It's difficult to love. If you're still watching this video, that means that you liked it, so click the like button, click subscribe, press the bell button, and hit all to receive all notifications. I come out with 3 videos a week for you guys. Thank you for all of your likes, your subscriptions, your comments. If you would like to watch more videos that are going to help you work through this obsession, I've got this playlist right here for you guys. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.
That was easy.